That's why it's not an employee's engagement survey once a year, once every 2 years. It needs to be wired in to the ongoing employee-manager relationship, that it's just what we do. In fact, one of my favorite interviewees was actually a millennial supervisor who attended a program that I did, and she was so awesome, the ideas that she had on engaging millennials. I ended up interviewing her, and one of my questions was, how do you give feedback? Because one of the complaints I get from so many of the managers I work with is like, those young folk, they can't handle, feedback. And she said, what we do is, and I'm sharing this related to the keep the conversation going piece, is we let them know from the job interview, from the get-go, that we're an organization that we give feedback, and we take feedback, so it's just part of everyday life. So it isn't just the every now and then I need to scold you about how you screwed up. It's like, man, I love the way you interacted with that customer. Even though they're a little cranky, you were really calm and friendly, etc. So lots of positive feedback, and the old saying, catch employees doing things right. So it's just like what we do. Well, if you want to have engaged employees and get the information that you need to create a compelling employee experience, then that conversation needs to be both ways, not just manager giving ongoing feedback, but manager being open to ongoing feedback. And actually, I'll give you a quick suggestion. One of the things that I do when I do management development programs is I recommend managers have what I call the, I went to the seminar conversation. And it actually came out of my own experience as a supervisor when I inherited a team, and I said to them something to the effect of, obviously my job is to bring out the best in you. And if I'm not doing that, I'm not doing my job. So please give me feedback if I'm doing stuff that makes it hard for you to do your work, or it bothers you, because I wouldn't be doing it on purpose, obviously, but I'm imperfect. And even though I never say anything on purpose to hurt your feelings, if I do, please let me know. And, well, let me ask you this. Do you think my group started giving me feedback right away?
No.
Well, I didn't like my speech. Exactly, because they're like, oh yeah, right.
Yeah.
They've been in the workload long enough. So obviously I had to back it up by doing a bunch of things to demonstrate I really was serious about that. But the version that I recommend to managers related to the two-way conversation is to say, I went to a management development seminar, and we talked about things that bring out the best in people, things that bring out the worst, and a couple of things that I realized I need to be changing are like A, B, and C, so I just want to let you know that I'm going to be working on that, and I would love for you to give me feedback if I make a mistake, but also give me feedback if you're noticing me improving, and also I would love, and I know it's not easy, I would love to get your feedback on areas that you think I can work on. And just like with my employees, they're not going to immediately start getting feedback, but you've opened the door. And there's obviously a whole bunch of work on how to make it safe and get that feedback to actually come in.